Rik Emmett of Triumph talks about magic power. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. Remember, subscribe to our channel. We need your help. We're trying to get to 100,000 and we need you for this. Also, this conversation with Rik, the entire conversation, is on our sister channel, Rock History Book, right now, available as a podcast as well. You can get the information in the description of this video. Here's Rik Emmett.
Now, you want a magic power one? Let me see. What stories can I tell about magic? Okay, I'm going to talk about, I think, one of the best sessions that Mike Levine ever did. There was a kind of a formula that Triumph fell into during that era of the 70s turning into the 80s, where you could start, and I think Stairway to Heaven was probably the progenitor for all of these things, where it starts really soft and quiet, and slowly but surely it's building up, and then by the time it's getting to the ending, it's really rocking, and it's actually going even faster tempo and stuff. Like the energy builds and builds and builds. So FM radio, AOR radio really liked that. But and this suited me to the ground, because you could kind of start a song with a folk song, but then you get the arrangement, build the band arrangement up, and you'd be rocking out by the time you were at the tag. So magic started with this pretty straightforward, and you can put melodies like bum da dee da boo dee da da da, and they're just diatonic melodies. But that was something I was kind of good at. That have a little progression, put some diatonic melodies. And radio liked that. Ooh, it's so melodic. It's a melodic rock band, yeah. Classic melodic rock, yeah. So it had this progression, but when it get to the end of it, it was music says the talking, says the things you want to hear. And out of the which is this note singer, there was this organ thing that was and so you have this organ kind of come in on the chorus, which was the down chorus. And to me, it's one of my favorite moments on record. And I remember when we were doing the session for those organ parts, and Levine was playing it on a B3. And like Mike was not the kind of guy that went home and practiced a lot. And he certainly didn't have a B3 at home. So we got the Hammond B3, and Mike's doing all these parts. And I'm saying, no, I want it to swell in. So we got to, you got to make the chord swell. So you got to push the volume thing up. And then we got to make the Leslie start to spin. So he's got to pull out the drawbars, and then he's got to step on the foot switch to make it go from like to these things that happen to B3 parts. And he's not accustomed to doing that. So then we're getting later on in the song, and I want these things like it's going bang, 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 and the organ's got to go like John Lord would do these things all the time. And essentially you do it by, you can't get this on screen. You literally press down all the keys really low, and the organ's loud. So you're just getting this kind of, it's just noise. But you go, you gotta slide your hands up, and then you gotta be able to hit the chord. So you get this, and it comes out of this really great, it's a sound effect more than it is. But Mike was tearing his hands up, having to do these over and over and over and over. He's going like, Rik, I can't do this. I go, no, come on, just one more take, Mike. We got to get this. It's just one more. We just need one more kind of. You go, okay. So, anyways, that's the story of how I had to make Mike Levine ruin his hands to make the Magic Power organ overdubs.
I'll ask you, because you touch on this many times. Where do you think we go when we die?
Well, I don't think we go anywhere like that. I tend to be, I would be atheist if I wasn't so humble that I want to be agnostic, which is to say, like when I read Bertrand Russell for the first time, that's the first time that something made complete sense to me. And he's agnostic, which is to say, he goes, you know, it's hubris if we think we know. Like, we don't know. You can't know. To be human is to not know. Like, so, and I think that's what I respect the most. That's what I think I believe the most. But I mean, I was raised in a religious thing. I was the president of my Bible class when I was, 11, 12 years old. Like, my mom in particular was very religious, and my mom she was the one that sort of engendered my artistic, creative spirit. And she was the one that, my mom was probably sort of more of a poet than I was. She journaled like crazy all the time, and but she was a 50s housewife, 60s housewife, and she didn't get a chance to be, but she sang in the church choir and got me to do that. So all of that stuff sort of came from her. But where do you go when you die? I think it's over. I think once your brain is done, you're done, and that's the end. And then it becomes a question of, so what did you leave behind? Because and I've felt that all of my life, that this really strong urge to be creative, because we've been given this gift. We've got this, little short dance on this little blue ball that spins around the sun. What are we going to do with it? And to be creative is to say, Kilroy was here. You're carving it into the wall, and you're saying, this is who I was and what I thought. And of course, our kids and our, in my case now, 4 grandkids, like that stuff is, to me, that's the most important thing of all. That, that's the DNA of it, is, but, as to whether or not, maybe when you opened your brother's mouth, was it your brother, Andrew? Is that what you said? Yeah. Maybe you were looking for his voice, because I think that's so much of what you do. You talk, and you're in the business of talk. And so a voice, it's, these things here behind me, they give me voice. My pen, into my notebooks, it gives me voice, and so being able to publish books and do Zoom broadcasts, like there's going to be evidence. I'm going to be leaving, a trail of evidence. This is who the guy was, for good, bad, whatever, and a lot of it is dreck, like a lot of it is bad, but you're kind of hoping that it's like, and I used to tell this to my songwriting students all the time, there's going to be mountains and mountains of slag, but what you're looking for are those diamonds. And then when you get the diamond and, you can polish and cut that and, set it up just right, that is what, that's why we search. So that's why I say the search is sacred, because even if you arrive at you think, like something speaks to you, and it may be a religious thing. It may be you're going, Zen Buddhism. Yeah, man, like there's a lot of truth. And I feel that. I do believe Zen Buddhism has a lot to recommend it. Because it's not so much about afterlives and stuff. It's about this one, which I think that's critical. Whereas, the Catholic faith and those kinds of things, they came out of this whole thing of, everybody realized this life is horrible, so, but don't worry, next one's going to be paradise. It's going to be great. You go, so that's what they're all living for, and I don't want to set up myself so that that's what I'm living for, like some sort of promise of something that comes later. Like, I think we got to work hard to make this one good,
We'll have more from Rik Emmett in 3-4 days. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. Buy a t-shirt, help support the channel. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music.